Hey, you there. Thank you for watching and welcome to Fortune Alliance Forever. Today, I have a 6v6 custom match on the Necroxus map generator here. So let's go ahead and introduce our team so we can witness all of the glorious action. Let's start with the first player on team one, that being the Amethyst Purple player of Happy Song. He is going first land as a Seraphim. So I wonder if he's thinking the Happy Song, you clap your hands and all that. To the northwest, we have Zebranog, another Seraphim, going first land in lightish red pink. Last person on the front line for Team 1, we have Legend Lore. He's going first land in royal blue as a UEF. So, again, lots of tankiness on this western side of the map being UEF. And continuing on with the UEF pattern, we have a Parias going first land in Pac-Man yellow, most likely the eco slot, just because they are in the middle. But the first of the two rearguard air slots, we have Telemazer. We'll have to watch to see if he does perform the pivotal move of a Telemazer comm. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but we'll just have to see if he does implement that tactic. He is going first land, most likely second air in Stitch blue. In the second rearguard air slot here for Team 1, we have Red X, not in red, but he is in orange, the color orange, going first land, second air. And of course, he is a Seraphim. Team 1 racial makeup here. We have 3 Seraphim, 2 UEF, and 1 Cybran. No Aeon technology available to Team 1 unless they somehow capture an engineer, which hardly ever happens. So no Zars, no Colossus, and no Paragons, and all of the assorted units with the Aeon tech. Go ahead, starting with Team 2's Emerald Green player of Signal Runner. He's already pushing forward, going Cybran, going first land, second air, third land, of course, right here up in this little section of mass points. He does have a couple of moles and a hunter pushing forward to that front line. We'll have to make sure we introduce all of these players here very quickly. We have Dark Sentinel. He is in royal purple, going first land, second air, most likely as a Seraphim, a Cybran as well. Behind him, we have Dark Sand in tropical ocean blue, going first land, second air as well. Lots of first land, second air. Again, he is in tropical ocean blue as a Seraphim. And in the other rearguard air slot for Team 2, we have Hyper 2001. He's going first land as a Cybran in forest green. Very sensible color there. In the middle slot here for Team 2, we have, he's already on the move, we have Nightblood going first land, second air most likely. And again, he is in Imperial Gray. Nice color for being in the night. Could have gone Batman Gray, but that is a close second to being, shielded in the night. And of course, he is Aeon. And the other Aeon player here for Team 2, we have Riri going first land, second air, third land. He's Snow White and not going to hide in this very lush red environment, but will do his best to try to make an showing here on the eastern side. Of course, he's an Aeon, and he is in Snow White. Team 2 side of things, in terms of racial makeup, we have 2 Aeon, 3 Cybran, and 1 Seraphim. So no UEF tech on the southwest side of the map. No Novaxes, Mavers, or Fat Boys. So not really a whole lot of artillery options for them in terms of the UEF tech. But of course, you can always build the rapid fire salvation installation from the Aeon. Drop here to the east here from the player of, looks like that was from Happy Song, trying to establish a forward operating position here in the south. He's trying to accelerate faster than his opponent here in the southern portion of the map. In the middle side of the map, middle lane-ish, couple middle avenues here, we have both the comms of Legend Lore and Zebranog. Zebranog doing a distance build at the same time. Legend Lore finishes one of his distance builds, and so that will give Team 1 an advantage on that land plateau here for the middle of the map. We'll have to see who ends up becoming the victor here. Just in terms of production, 2 players versus 1. Knights aren't favoring Team 1 in that, but we have a small group of units all the way from the south here from Riri, and they've pushed in. They're going after P-gens and energy storage, and that will be a nice volatile explosion, denying their opponent of coveted overcharge in the beginning, but didn't finish it off. That's definitely a mistake there. They're going after the P-gens. Will they get it on? Will they destroy it in time? No, they will not. They take out engineers and P-gens, but that's really about it. Definitely missed opportunity to take out overcharge very early on. The comm of Legend Lord has pushed forward significantly. You can see that overcharge hitting the comm of Signal Runner. Not a whole lot of damage on the overcharge, because the more energy, like mass bar you have to use, the larger the charge, of course, more damage. But Signal Runner is suffering a deficit of 2,000 hit points because of that Cybernet chassis. He's already sub 8,000, while Legend is sub 10,000, about sub 9,000. Tries to do a little block move here, preventing Legend Lord from moving that far away. But of course, Signal Runner already in the yellow. Legend Lord already in the yellow now as well. So lots of combat. There are a couple of tanks back here to help assist. That is so far going the way of Legend Lord. Just want to make sure there's no early combat with other engineers here on the map. Dour Sand and Nightblood are here in the eastern side of the middle. Of course, they're going to push up this lane here. Happy Song is going to not really look good here, because it is a 2v1 scenario happening right now. But we have Legend Lord did retreat, Signal Runner did fall back, and Dark Sentinel will push forward to help assist on this western side. The comm of Pariahs has pushed forward all the way to the west and is starting to encroach on Team, I guess, 2 side of things. He kind of still, he does own this area for the most part, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him kind of push in for these mexes and a couple of intel installations here. Team 2, however, the player of Hyper 2001 has claimed a decent amount of mass for his units here. Being able to pump more of them out means that he'll be able to hold this position longer. Team 1 not prioritizing it as much as Signal Runner is, and that will be an advantage for him continuing on as the game progresses. Couple of bombers over the top going after units here from, let's see, who is this? From Happy Song. I remember who color is when and where. Happy Song has, of course, claimed pretty much the entire corner of the map here in the southeast corner. A couple of engineers get dropped back here for Hyper 2001. Actually, sorry, that's Signal Runner in the middle. Hyper 2001 is 4 screen. My apologies. We have some air scouts over the top. Get a nice readout. What's going on? These engineers are reclaiming that mass extractor, but unfortunately they'll get one. And there is actually a Selen nearby to deal with these engineers. They're not going to get a whole lot done. Would have been better to just build a factory at that point, but wasn't on the plan of attack here for player of Hyper 2001. Gun damage and range going down for Pariahs. We saw that the comm of Nightblood has the Aeon Sniper comm, or at least most of it. Doesn't have the upgraded range, but does have a gun and, speed and range, so advantage here for him. He's able to actually push back 2 comms versus 1. Definitely a good use of tech there, and just map knowledge, not map knowledge, but just map awareness, and just being able to hone his opponent down. He's claimed this little middle area to ensure that he has an area to retreat to, while his opponent will have to, funnel into the corner while he already has his units here. Definitely a nice little face there. But does look like Signal Runner will claim the plateau area. This will give Team 2 a nice advantage. Build some artillery up here, build some shields, AA emplacements, that sort of thing, to help just punish Team 1's forward positions. And probably the main base, at least, of Legend Lord. That one is pretty far forward considering. That might be the main. That's probably what if I was Signal Runner, I'd probably go for that. And especially because he is starting to build PD creep along this western side. Would be nice to, at least for Signal Runner, to knock out Legend Lord from that western side. Happy Song trying to push forward against some, well, let's see, what were those, fervors? Yeah, they were artillery, so those were fervors. Nightblood is dealing with these Thams here, but with the advantage of the advanced range, these units here and the comm essentially is under threat. If Happy Song doesn't, pay attention too much, he will be caught unawares and will be the first kill of the game. Not seeing any comms really push forward more than they probably should have. But we have, again, 2 comms over here to the west, both Signal Runner and Dark Sentinel over here to the west. I didn't go over reclaim totals. A lot of action was going on. As currently, let's say 7,000 on the map. So probably about 12,000 would be my guess. Maybe even 15. It's been a decent amount of mass has been hoovered up so far. Totals of 103,000 for Team 1 versus 100,000 for Team 2. 10 minutes, that's a decent chunk of mass. That's pretty early. Both teams hovering around the 275 per second range for generated mass per second. So they're kind of staying in lockstep. Team 1's pulling ahead just slightly, but not unconsiderably a huge amount. But Happy Song, sub 1,000 hit points. Couple more shots will do him in, but he doesn't get away. Tries to do a block build, does not work, and Nightblood will claim the first kill of the game for Team 2, dropping this game to a 6v5 in Team 2's favor. Control of Happy Song's units and structures will be hoovered over to Legendlore. Happy Song was the highest rated player in the game for Team 1, or it tied for the highest rated player in the game, and the highest rated player for Team 1. That's a huge grab here for Team 2. Legendlore is at 1,600. The highest rated player on Team 2 is Riri at 1,700, with Nightblood at 1,600. So 1,600 took out a 1,700. Not that absurd. It'd be very interesting if the 1,800 took out the 1,700. But and FAF, not almost anything can happen, but a lot of things can happen. That's why it's fun to cast these games, because sometimes it doesn't matter what your skill level is. You pull out a very good move and it changes the course of the game. Zebra Nog is getting his gun and speed and range upgrade just to try to survive here on this portion of the map. So I guess in terms of lanes, we have this is bot lane for sure. I'd say this is pretty much mid, but this is also mid. And then this is top, but there's really not a whole lot over here. So this is like top, mid-ish, and then middle, and then Middle East. So probably the traditional top, Midwest, Middle East, and bot lanes. But the position here for Dark Sentinel and for Signal Runner starting to feel the heat here. The presence of the player of Parias and his units starting to, be very annoying here for both Signal Runner and Dark Sentinel. Dark Sentinel actually retreating. Oh, those missiles are artillery. Those are missiles. They're targeting the PGens. The mass extractors. Wow, words. Mass extractor here takes out a couple of engineers as well, but Signal Runner will get a zapper online to help deter those incoming missiles. But Team 2 pushing that advantage here on the eastern side have pretty much knocked Team 1 out of the corner of the map, are surrounding this forward production facility here for Legendlore now. It was Happy Song, and due to the lack of APM on Legendlore's part, he will suffer a decent amount of loss in mass and production. Pretty much be pushed up to this northeastern quadrant of the map. Wouldn't be surprised to see some artillery or shields or AAP built here at some point for Team 1. But not really a priority right now. Both comms in the back line for Team 1 are going RAS. They both have, actually they both don't have. We have Telemazer has T3 air, and T3 air is almost done for Red X. He's a little bit slower on the upkeep, but he is, of course, following Telemazer fairly closely. Like within, I'd say 30 seconds or so. He already has the T3 PGen here for Telemazer, so probably 30 seconds or so. Team 2, however, very similar thing. One player has already finished T3. The second player isn't building it now, but wouldn't be surprised to see it go here in a couple of minutes. Does look like Legendlore was able to stop most of the incoming fire. There is a Ilshi here to help defend. A couple of units here from Red X to help assist in that endeavor. In terms of ranking overall, Team 2 is at 1367 and Team 1's at 1383. So Team 1 leading by about 16 per player times 6. About 100-point difference. It's 96 exactly. It's not actually that, considering the range of 800 to 1700. It's actually pretty good. And not to mention, I did forget to mention, the lowest rated player in the game is on Team 2. It is Dark Sentinel, the dark purple player. The royal purple player. Excuse me, not dark. His name having dark in the name is frustrating sometimes because I want to say dark and then purple, but it's royal purple, not dark purple. But could also be dark purple, so it's just annoying. But we do have a possible incursion here from the west here, from the Calm of Pariah. We have a couple of rhinos here guarding the little water pond over here. They'll be able to deal with these incoming units. Of course, the Voltus will help assist as well, so it won't get as far as Pariah would have hoped, but it does show that Team 2 is weak on this western side. Maybe Team 1 will focus it a little bit more. We have Signal Runner trying to build his fire base up here. Not on the hill, but down here on the ground, down here on the floor, I guess, to ensure he has a place to run away from. If you're on that plateau, it's kind of hard to run away. You only have literally so much land to move, and if you get caught out and there's, either interceptors, ASF, whatever the case may be, you want to transport out, good luck, because it's going to get shot down fairly quickly. So it's just something to be aware of is, he could be on the plateau doing a lot, but that'd be kind of risky. It's kind of quieted down a little bit. Not a lot has happened here on the Eastern Front. Team 1's player of Legend Lore has pushed back Snow White player of Riri once again. But they aren't pushing so much, but we do have a couple of attack bombers over the top. And a group of Ilshis on the way to deal with the rest of these T1 mexes. And probably these T2 factories. There's 6 of them right here. That is a decent amount of production, and 5 of them have built Obsidians. Very good unit to build. Super tanky. Actually 6. The one was built a couple seconds ago. 6 Obsidians. That is a decent chunk of hit points. These 4 Ilshis might have a problem going through that wide dude, says Legend Lore. Yeah, looks like Zebra tried to push forward against an Aeon Sniper Comm with the shield. Just not going to go well. Zebra Nog will fall. Definitely either a misclick or something, and Lightfoot's going to go, well, your mistake is my gain. And this will be a calm kill again for Nightblood, dropping this game to a 6v4 in favor of Team 2. And man, has that got to hurt. Now Legend Lore will claim the base of Zebra Nog and have a decent chunk of a lot to play with. Does look like transfer of control of the old base of Happy Song has been gifted over to Telemesa to help boost the economy and of course the production facilities here for him. Tries to get that air grid up faster than his opponent. Again, that is the dangerous thing to do with full share games, or even in partial share games for some degree. The fact that the more resources you give to one opponent, the more they can use those resources to accelerate eco or build more units or higher tech units, whatever the case may be. And you just got to watch out for that. It's almost better to just neuter an opponent and not have them be able to do a whole lot versus get the kill and give everything over to somebody else, because it still stays in the team, just isn't destroyed. T3 gets pinged. I don't know what that's about. Oh, maybe it's just telling Legend Lore that T3 has been finished, maybe. Oh, yeah, that's what it's about. Saying, hey, Legend Lore, by the way, I finished T3. So, UEF and Seraphim Tech is available to Legend Lore, and he's going to pump out, looks like some engineers from this one. Engineers not from this one. But there is an incursion here from Team 1, once again, to try to reclaim the plateau. A couple of Mongeese do get dropped. They are super weak up close. Good long range, but they should have sat underneath these shields. There's not enough units here to help assist in the incursion, and they will have to fall back. It's kind of like Hacksaw Ridge, if you've seen that movie or know about that, with Andrew Garfield. Very good movie. Would highly recommend. About World War II. And they have to climb, towards the end of the movie, they have to climb up a ridge and take the upper plateau, and it's just a very good war movie, and I would highly, highly recommend. I watched it before, and I watched it recently again, I'd say like a month or so ago, and it's still good, still holds up. But T3 units here, the Loyalists from Dark Sentinel have pushed all the way up this western side. Bryce has fallen back to the main base of Legend Lore, and this will allow Team 2 to exert a lot of control of the map. They have pretty much the northwest corner and the southeast corner. They're going to start hemming in Team 1 slowly but surely. And this will force Team 1 to either go full aggressive and just pump out a bunch of units and try to take territory back, or they'll hunker down, build up their ecos, and then just fire back with game enders or T3, just a bunch of T4 experimentals, that kind of thing. But that's a lot of loyalists considering. How many are here? 12? That's a decent chunk for 20 minutes. That's actually really good, considering some of the opponents that they're facing only have T2. Let's see, Parias. Well, they have T3 now, but not going to matter now. Intel installation under threat. Team 1 has really no defenses on the ground or in the air to deal with. There are a couple of Percivals on approach, but against 12 Loyalists, not really going to do a whole lot. A couple more Percies do come here for Legend Lore. Is it going to be enough, though? I mean, they do get enough damage out. That shot kills that one. Kills that one. So they are doing a decent amount of work. The Percies will probably last. A couple of them will die. But the push was really good here from Dark Sentinel. It distracts the opponent, gives you time to build up your base, gives you time to push another front. All of that has given time for Riri to push the eastern side once again, and they're not about to go for this eastern side of the map, come around this little plateau area. There are no defenses for Team 1 to use. There's a couple of Ilshis and a TMD, but that's about it. A couple of Utashalas are being spammed up as we speak, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There's a decent group of units here. We have a bunch of Obsidians for taking this, a Harbinger, AA, Fervors for taking out buildings. Love the grouping. Would like to see a shield, at least one of them in there, but besides that, has pretty much everything. Probably T2 anti-air would be better. Take out these gunships. Volthus are being called forth for Red X to try to deal with this incoming force. Volthus, really effective. I do like the design, the angular designs of the Seraphim air units. They remind me of something though, and I can't remember from where they look. Oh, what do they look like? Shoot, it's gonna come to me at some point during the video. But they remind me of something in a different media, Star Wars, Star Trek, something like that, where it's like the shape and design of the gunship reminds me of something. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. That's a problem in these games. I can't think on the top of my head. I have to be very methodical sometimes. But does look like Parias does push forward again on this western side, trying to exert more control, trying to reclaim lost territory. Didn't lose everything in that push, so they will catch their luck. Was it catch their lucky stars, or I don't know what's going on. What's going on? Wow, Dark Sentinel being annoying. I have 5 mexes. What is going on? Actually, sir, you have 6? Wow, Signal Runner, that's not... I mean, yeah, just because they're an 800 does not mean you can't give them a little more mass. Present it to me. Nuke. As the allies, Darth Sand has pointed out that there is a nuke here for Team 1. And it has been... The silo has been built. They're assembling the missile as we speak. Team 2 is not really covered in terms of the SMD. They're building probably one as we speak somewhere. This would be a good spot right underneath the plateau. Where else could they put it? They could probably put it in the middle of Nightblood's base. That'd be another good place to put it. You don't want to put it up here. It's too exposed. But man, yeah, exactly. And play, he is your teammate, act like it. Wait, hold on, what? So Hyper is agreeing with Signal Runner, or Signal Runner's agreeing, or he's agreeing with play a teammate. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but yeah, you gotta give your teammates some mass. Yeah, he might be, half your rank, but that doesn't mean he can't help. He did a decent push to the north. That's really good. That's a really good push. Could have probably stayed a little more, done more damage, but still, he did a really good push. Signal Runner has pretty much just sat here. They've taken the plateau, and that's about it. They haven't really done a whole lot. The one that's done the most, of course, for Team 2 was Nightblood. He's gotten 2 kills so far. That's very impressive. It hasn't died. Usually if you go out for that second kill, usually you either suffer a decent amount of hit point loss or you just die outright. But a push here from Riri on that front line. They've given Team 1 enough time to build up some defenses. They did a fade. Instead of going to the east, they went to the middle here. But there's a decent amount of Utashadas. There's some sniper bots as well. Obsidians, of course, are super tanky. They are tanks, but not only that, they are heavy tanks. It will take a lot of punishment. That nuke does launch. Where is it going? It's going in between the bases here for Riri and for Nightblood. They're going to cripple 2 bases at once. The SMD has been built. It's loading pretty quickly, though. But I don't think it's going to be enough pausing going on. Give me mass, says Riri. They're just trying to spam mass, trying to build it as fast as possible. It's not going to be fast enough. The nuke will land. The question is it going to be in range to take out everything? But Riri is in danger. Will he get away in time? No, he does not. It is a kill here for Team 1. First kill of the game for them. Riri has been defeated by Telemazer. Nightblood gets out of there. They do kill off that SMD. They'll rebuild it fairly quickly. Ooh, that's got to hurt. Cripple 2 players pretty much at the same time. Nightblood, in terms of mass, is at still 400, but has his power situation going. Took a lot of PGen hit. Yeah, it's fluctuating right now, so it's not doing super hot. But they've taken out the highest rated player on Team 2, so now the highest rated players for both teams alive are 1600s, and they are Legend Lore and Nightblood. ASF production here in full swing for both teams. We have 66 here for Team 1 plus an additional plus an additional 24, so let's call it 80 or so. And then for Team 2 we have Hyper. He has 72, so he's a little bit behind, but we also have Darsan to consider as well, and he has 26. So essentially it's pretty much tied. Team 2 probably has a slight advantage, but with the loss of Riri, Nightblood will have a decent amount more mass. Wow, that's a really quick second nuke. Wow. Like, the nukes are being pumped out by Team 1. There isn't a secondary SMD. Actually, there is, but it was just built. This is where the primary one was earlier. Team 1's is just knocking on their doors with some nukes. The second nuke will land. They'll take out the air grid. No, sorry, air grid. They'll take out the headquarters for land. Take out maybe a RASCOM. They'll take out the gateway as well. This one will land. Kaboom. Kaboom. Takes out a RASCOM. Doesn't take out the gateway, though, surprisingly. Man, that's got to hurt. Ooh, the second SMD goes down. And they just cannot catch a break. How fast is that nuke loading once again? Well, man, it's all... Wow, look at that. Look at the speed of that thing. It's already half loaded. By the time they launched it, it traveled and it landed. It's already loaded halfway. How much mass? He still has mass in his... Wow, that dude has a lot of mass. Good for him. I mean, he knows what he wanted to build some ASFs and then go rush a nuke. He's launched 2 nukes before 28 minutes. That's in a 6v6. That is really good. Will this this SMD load? No, it will not. Sorry, this thing is already 3/4 the way done, and they are building more RASCOMs as we speak, getting that eco up severely. Team 1, even though they suffered 2 losses in terms of players fairly early on, they are coming back. They've gotten a scalp, and now they're pushing that firebase for Signal Runner. He has retreated back here. The Monkey Lord trying to just stay at range. There's enough. I think there's enough Percy's to take it out, but it does get the first shot off. Looks like the Monkey will deal with the rest of these Percy's, but take a significant amount of damage for its trouble. Already get some rank and vet. That'll help. But the third nuke, sub 30 minutes. Is there an SMD that can counter it? No, I don't know where this one is going. I didn't see the ping, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes right here. Or even just goes for the air grid back here. Goes like right here. That'd be a good spot. Takes out 2 air grids plus maybe a comm. That'd be a good placement. But it is not. It's going for the SMD and the base here for Signal Runner. Kind of a missed opportunity there, but wants to kind of soften up the front line for Team 2, and kaboom. We'll take out everything in that base. Yeah, it would have been a nice placement right here. Would have taken out core mass and pretty much 2 air grids, but do they even know that exists? No, they do. Okay, so they are aware of it. Man, that's got to hurt. Team 2 is suffering severely, but they are keeping up in eco, though. It's about 1.1 to 1.2 for both teams, so not a huge amount. Team 2 actually has a higher amount of total mass accrued at 1.14 million mass versus about the 1 million for Team 1. So Team 1 is just kind of going to hunker down in their main base, at least most of them are, and going to just do standoff tactics for now. The nuke is oh my goodness. That nuke is loading super quickly. Telemazer does have the most mass in the game per second and is starting to chip through his mass bar, but he's pumping out more mass than he was currently using there for a second. The first SMD anti-nuke will load, so that'll help Team 2 survive. They're getting a second one online, and they're getting, I think, more all the time, so they're trying to pump in SMD. Monkey says Zebra. Yeah, it is on its way, but there is a Fat Boy with Percival and Cougar escorts, so they'll be able to deal with this fairly quickly. Man, this game, like, Team 1 turned it around. They lost Zebra and they lost Happy, Zebra under, I think it was 20 or so, and then Happy under. But Telemazer here for Hyper goes after Legend Lore. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. I didn't even see that. That's a really early Telemazer as well. Will Hyper get out of it? Gets a rank and vet. You probably will. There's not a lot of PD next to him. Ooh, gets back into the green. That's gotta hurt. Bombers are on their way. Gunships are on their way. Hyper will get out of there. But honestly, all that does, he actually teleports again, going after the air facility, and he will die off, not even getting it. He should have just left. He did get a kill, but he could have survived that. I don't know if that was really worth it. Yeah, you took out Legend Lore, but the next highest rated player on their team, but you died as well. It's now a 4v3, still in favor of Team 2. And, I think it's a partial share, it looks like. Yeah, these are all ASF. It's a partial share, not a full share. Apologies. So, players who die, they'll give over their build power and their structures, but not the units. So, that is something for both teams to factor in. There is a one lonely little Monkey Lord here on the west side, but you can see the Fat Boy was killed off. I don't know if that teleport player is really worth it to take out the air factory. It wasn't even for the main air grid though. It was for somebody else. Maybe they were going after Parias, but no. 2 says Zebra. 2. Oh, maybe tier 2. Maybe that's what he means. The Monkey Lord does fall on the western side. Scout says Legend Lore. Yeah, they need to. Both teams constantly scout. Don't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Got to keep going. Scouts over the top here for Darth Sand, ensuring that he gets a nice view of what's going on in Team 1's base. Is Team 1 going for any sort of standoff tactics besides the nuke launcher? Well, they've stopped pumping out a nuke. They have one in tow. They have a bunch of strats. How many strats is this so far? 13. My lucky number. Let's see if they can do something with it. Team 2 is trying to hunker down. We have an emissary primed, starting to be built up here. I don't know what the pings are for back here, but yeah, they're pings from both players about something. Artie will be here, says Legend Lore. Yep, okay, he's just pinging saying, hey, they'll be Artie. I do appreciate, and I say this a decent amount, that the players who have died stay in the game to ensure that they help kind of be the eye in the sky or the man in the chair for their team. ASF's trying to guard the strat bombers. The strats will actually get that comm for Dark Sentinel. He's trying to get into the water, but the Cougars will not Cougars. The Corsairs will die, but where will the Strat Bombers go? Well, they're going to go for the combo. Signal Runner next. I don't think there's enough bombers left. They'll hit the shields. Yeah, they'll get a decent amount of hit points, but they won't get the kill. Team 1. Another Strat Bomber inbound. Is it enough? Nope. Couple thousand more hit points. About, I think, 3 or 4 more bombs would have killed him off. Was a good play, though. Almost got 2 comms in that exchange. Definitely worth the mass investment. A lot of Team 1's ASFs are being taken up, but another squadron of Strats and Nothas are on their way. Signal Runner, it is not enough. 2 Cybern Shields are not going to be enough. And that will be another kill here for Telemazer. And dropping this game to a 3v3. Sorry, 3v2, excuse me. And, ooh, that has got to hurt. I mean, he wasn't doing a whole lot at that point. He was kind of regulated to just the front line on the north. A lot of the infrastructure and a lot of the resources for Team 2 are held by both Nightblood and Darsand. So, Signal Runner could have been, you know, he wasn't like the prime target, but he was a target nonetheless, of course. I'm building Torps, says Red X. Why? Why are you building Torps? Just so you can flex? Shield, says Legend Lord. Yes, shields, please. You know the opponent's building already. Awasha under construction. Interesting. And more strat. Okay. So if I understand Telemazer's strategy, nuke, bombers, and bombers. That's pretty much his goal. Is like, I'm just gonna throw bombs, whether it be a small missile or a big missile, whatever it may be, or like a plasma ball or something. I'm just gonna throw stuff at you. That's what he's gonna do. Either from the sky, whether it be it starts from the sky or not, it's gonna come from the sky and destroy you. That's pretty much his goal. Emissary, a third of the way completed. We have a push here from Parise trying to push that front line. There is a couple of sniper bots called for defense. Cerberus, don't worry about that in small numbers. But Pigeon goes down, not really worth mentioning. Team 2 has enough power for now, especially while they're building the Emissary. But the Comm of Nightblood is pushing forward with his Comm. He has the advanced range and the heavy shield, so he'll be able to deal with these Percies quite easily with the assistance of the snipers. Another nuke launches from the Telemazer silo. Now where is this one going? It's going southward, taking out this group of Mechs. They'll lose 9 times 4, 36 mass per second. Not a huge chunk, but a chunk nonetheless. Nightblood has 1.3 mass per second by himself. This isn't shielded by an SMD, and that's probably why they went for it. Kaboom! Nothing survives that explosion. See, doesn't even phase Nightblood that much. But more Strat Bombers are on the way. I think they're going for Nightblood as we speak. Bombs are dropping. Is it enough? Shields go back online for a quick second. More bombs, more bombs. I don't think it's enough. The Strat Bombers, the shield popping back online was very lucky. He probably would have died had that secondary shield not popped on. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. But he's gonna be more wary of that, and he's gonna throw that comm even further back in the main base here. There's stuff everywhere. I don't know what's going on. Pings go down. Mass FAF farms are underway here for Darstan trying to boost his eco up. He's only at 214 mass per second. Not a huge chunk, but a decent chunk nonetheless. Awasha going to take out this little forward position here. Reclaiming most likely. Takes out a mass extractor. Not really a huge concern. ASFs are called to deal with it. Is it just an attempt to pull out ASFs? Well, pretty much. All those ASF will die. Not really a good exchange there. The Emissary does complete and will start firing on Team 1's position. What will they go for? Oh, I don't want to miss the Awasha Bomber. Takes out a couple of Oblivion turrets, and then it'll make a nice, nice little turnaround and deal with those. More ASFs are called to deal with that bomber. But you're not sending them in large enough amounts. Of course, the bomb, of course, will drop without any incident, take that position out. So the east side just littered with T1 Mechs. You know, 2 mass a second, but 2 mass a second times, what is that? 20? That's 40 mass a second. That's a decent amount. But those look like counter artillery here for Team 1. Did I miss it? I did. There's a Disruptor online. Not enough shields. Cyber shields suck. Need more shields. Even if they were Seraphim, I'd say more shields. Bombers just taking out auxiliary things. Trying to just cut Team 2 off from pretty much anything outside of their main quadrant of the map. More Strat Bombers are building up here to the east. I wouldn't be surprised to see that Awash should be used to clear the way, and then the Bombers come in and deal with it. Or the other way around, but the Bombers are given the call to go in. That's a missed opportunity. That experimental bomber should have gone in as well. They're going to take out the shields first, clear the way, as it were. It's not enough, though. I knew it wasn't enough, and the Team 1 Bombers will come follow that up. There's a lot of SAM coverage. A couple of ASFs come in as well. They're trying to take out. Shield emplacement does fall. The shields around it have started to buckle, and the Team 1 Bombers are on approach. They are very slow, though, but I think enough of them might do this artillery installation in. Should have probably gone for the Pigeons, but it's not enough. Not enough. They take about half its hit points out, but it's not enough, unfortunately. The Awasha Bomber comes in a little too late, but is it soon enough? No, it's not. The shields come back online, and this will fall. Should have come in with those Strat Bombers. Would have made a lot more of an impact. Probably would have taken it out. More bombers just slowly, flying their way in. Should have gone after the Pigeons. Should have gone after something else. Definitely a disappointment there, and that's why I wasn't attacking that. It says Red X. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. More Perseus on the north side. They are pushing in, dealing with those shield emplacements and Cerberus as we speak. What about on the north? Well, the Emissary is still targeting the Disruptor. More shields have been built here. And it's pretty much just the Disruptor is the distraction for Team 1 to do whatever they want. Unless the artillery changes targets, not really going to be a fun environment for that Emissary. It's just going to be just hitting your head against a brick wall. It's not going to do anything. There is a Galactic Colossus in the base here, going to call for defense. But it's a little too late. It's going to take out this Quantum Gateway and a couple of Rascoms building a Monkey. The Monkey would have been very helpful too. Is it going to be enough, though? They're going to target the Rascoms, take out a decent chunk of those mexes, those hives. Target the SMD. The SMD's right there. It's even being pinged. Target the SMD. It's right there. Teleman's is like, okay, there you go. He's like, Teleman's, what are you doing? See, that's worth its weight in gold, taking out a SMD. Now that western side is clear for an attack, there is a further back SMD. The air grid here for Darsan was not shielded, at least wasn't shielded enough, and that will fall. There are a couple of air facilities still online. The headquarters, luckily, is still online, but it's pretty much just looking like Nightblood versus Team 1 at this point. Darsan is still making an impact with his ASF. They took out the Awasha. The wreck is still there, but he doesn't have a lot of map. He doesn't have a lot in his disposal in terms of map control or mexes, whatever the case may be. So he's kind of just there. Both Darsan and Nightblood are right next to each other. Not really the best placement here. Artillery wouldn't kill him in one hit, but it's gonna hurt when it does hit. Is there any effort to build like a Maver or some sort of game ender here on the northeastern side? No. There's another Duke not under shield coverage. Telemazer, please build a shield. Please, even if your opponent doesn't see it coming, still need to build a shield. But the air grids that are been built up here by Team 2 have started to whittle away. They're decentralized, so not one explosion takes out everything. But the fact that there's not enough shielding, they're Cybern, they don't last very long. You have access to Seraphim tech. Where are the Seraphim shields at? Give Seraphim shields to everyone. Give hives to everyone. Team 1, the march of the NGs. Look at all of this on the eastern side. They're just scooping up everything and pumping out T1 factories. The march of the Zooey are soon to be on their way. The Colossus is just standing there. Nightblood Calm says Darsan. Calm says him again. They are kind of next to each other. Maybe there's a telemazer on. No, there's not, because they are not. No more Cybern commanders are alive. Does look like the artillery punctured a shield here, but not enough. Needs probably one more right here, or even one right here next to telemazer himself. But the emissary critically is still online. Had that fallen, Team 2 has pretty much nothing. They're not building additional artillery. They're not building. What are they doing? I don't know what they're doing, but spy planes over the top get a nice readout of what's going on. They're not. The other players on Team 2 were being highly aggressive, and it was winning for them. But the loss of Signal Runner and the loss of the Hyper 2001 and Riri, just a lot of the momentum just kind of was not killed, but severely reduced. There's a lot of mass for Team 2. I mean, they're at 1.6. So I mean, most of that is just due to Nightblood, but the SAMs, the spy planes, just, man, they're just being pummeled. But a Scathus didn't even notice it. Apologies for that. That will bring Team 2 back in the game. That's what Nightblood was waiting for. And that is going to hurt. There's even a separate artillery. Oh, that's probably just a Scathus shot. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Ooh. More shield, says Riri. Well, yeah, you need more. Once Team 1 knows its location, they know where it is. It's in the back. They know where it is. They have 2 artillery. Team 1 has 2 artillery online. Where's the second one? Oh, the Duke right here. But not enough shielding. It will probably kill off this disruptor here fairly quickly. Air grid starting to fall. The shield actually falls completely. Telemazer just hanging out, being like, oh, shoot, I need more shields. Yeah, probably a good idea there. Build another shield there. Build another shield there. Build a shield everywhere. It has 2 nukes loaded. Another washer is almost completed. I mean, you won't be able to crash it on top of the Scathus, but you'll be able to do a decent amount of damage to the shields at least. The Zooey spam is approaching. Starting to make its way and deal a chunk of damage, actually. Starting to make a lot more progress than I thought it would this early in the tactic. Not enough shielding. Probably would even just run up here and get some shielding up here, but there's not enough literal land to put shields on, so Team 2 is limited in that aspect. The Disruptor is still online. The Duke is still online. Needs more shield around that. Needs probably more shielding around the nuke launcher. Last thing you want to do is lose that. There's not really a whole lot of vital infrastructure here. The T3 factories are right next to each other, but besides that, not really a whole lot of, like, not interesting stuff, but just not a lot of mission critical stuff. Shields are starting to collapse here. Not a huge concern. They're building a monkey as we speak, just trying to protect the front line. You can see Zooies have slowed down a little bit. There's Artie, there's PD, there's Rascoms, there's monkeys, there's Oblivions. Anything and everything is being thrown on defense. The Scathus is the big play for Team 2. The nuke silo almost doesn't even have a shield around it anymore. It has 2 nukes. It has 2 nukes, and it might die off. There are 3 nukes in here, and there are 5 nukes. They're loading all the time, ensuring that it's... I won't load that one. That's a little bit too close to the front line. I'd probably load this one. It has 5 in it. But T1 bomber spam as well as strats, they're not going to get very close. The ASF were not called in. The Awasha is on approach, though, and that's going to be targeted as well. SAMs are targeting it manually as well. It's not going to get close, but it will get a bomb off, though, with the T1 bombers. Wow, look at this. They take out the Scathus. Ooh. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Oh. Oh no, Team 2. You actually came back. You were doing a decent amount of work. You're still holding the front line. But a survival game in the making at this point. Let's take off all the menus, get a nice little view of what's going on. Look at all of those Zooey. Look at them all. Crazy. But that has got to hurt the most. They're building a second one as we speak. I mean, you might as well, right, at this point. Looks like the artillery are focusing down I guess there was a disruptor being built. This would be a better target to take out. Take out the SMD. Assassinate that. Looks like, oh, nope, misses it just barely. Front line still holding here, surprisingly. I think now the arty is now focusing that as well. But that was such an interesting move. Strat's going first. We do see a desync here in the game, but obviously we can pretty much tell what way this is going. Strat bombers just being used en masse here. Team 2 in a corner. The Zooey isn't stopping anytime soon. Team 1 has pretty much just got to wait them out. They just took out the emissary, so Team 2 can't hit them back now until they build that new Scathis and the disruptor as well. There's no shield coverage around Darstan. He's building a teleporter as we speak, probably trying to do something and take them out. Unfortunately, Team 2, they were had it in the beginning. They kind of lost it during the middle. They got it back with the Scathis later on. And then just the pressure from the air was just too great. They're not pumping out enough ASF or enough SAMs or enough whatever, and they will hurt for it. And yeah, they are targeting the SMD as we speak. There's still one up here to the front, and I think once that one falls, these two will fall. They'll probably just nuke everything. Actually, there's one right here too, so there's 3 of them. So Team 1 has to worry about a lot of these SMD. They have one more left online. For Team 2. Team 2 will, hold out against all the nukes. The silo, but unfortunately the silo was taken out. Even if the SMD are the target, there is none anymore existing. Unless they built another one and I don't see it. No, I just don't see it. Definitely disappointing there. But of course, Rascom's going to get hit. Oh, nope, they're still alive. That front line still holding, but Darstan has been defeated by Telemazer. Very easy to tell. He teleports in. Telemazer has a bunch of PD next to him. Doesn't go anywhere. Nightblood, you are the last man standing for Team 2. Trying to survive as long as you can. Did get the Scathis up to almost 50% so far. That's really good. Shield coverage falling. That's not looking good. I hear a bomber, I thought, in the distance. But more strat bombers being called forth. Red X builds another experimental. It's probably another one of bombers. They're going for the SMD. They take it out. I mean, there's not any nukes. Unless there's one I don't see. There's not any nukes available for Team 1. They lost it. It was right here. And the Onwasher's back there. But it's a survival game right now, and it looks like actually a lot of that force is starting to peter out a little bit. But of course the emissary is gone. The Scathis is now gone. It's not really looking good here. We'll get a nice shot of the monkey doing its job to hold off the incoming amount of fire. Let's see, that's a nice shot right there. Survival game to the max here. Can the monkey hold out against all of these Zooey? Trying to target as much as it can. We see air fights going over the top. Still strat bombers being just hurled at the enemy. Team 1 bombers now going after the patron over here to the east. Another SMD. The shield will stay online. Oh, it's going to be close. They'll take the shield out. There's not enough. There's not enough. But again, I don't know why they're going after SMD. They don't really need to worry about that. There is no nuke. for either team. So I don't know what the issue is there, unfortunately. But the nuke does launch. Where is it? It's not a comm-based nuke. Oh, it is a comm-based nuke, probably. I don't see the... Where's the nuke symbol? I don't see it. I saw it. I swear I did. I'm not lying. I swear I saw it. But, oh, that's weird. Signal runner, not signal runner, Nightblood. Where is he going? He's going to meet the enemy here on the front lines. More Oblivion are planned. Actually, those aren't Oblivion. Those are Uthashalas, excuse me. But Monkey's very effective at taking out Zooey, though. So if you're thinking about doing a Zooey spam, just watch out for the opponent having either a Colossus or a Monkey. I feel like monkeys are easy to replace. Monkeys are easy to replace. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. It looks like we're getting to the end. The artillery trying to wipe out MASH, trying to wipe out emplacements. Wiping out SAM sites. Looks like there's a third artillery online. Yep, there's another Duke here for Telemazer. Focus now is the air grid and what's remaining of it. Comm of Nightblood is targeted, it looks like. Maybe that's just a coincidence. But another nuke gets launched. It has to be from a comm. Because I'm seeing the icon being just on the map. I don't know why. It's so weird. But I don't see the comm of Pariah, so... Yeah, there's no way they'd be in range. They're all the way back here. So... Pings go down. Make that icon go away. Yeah, what the heck? That could be... I don't know what that's about. It's really weird. Maybe it's just a desync error or something. I don't know, but I've never seen that where they show a nuke icon and it doesn't do anything. SMD still are the targets, but it does look like slowly but surely that blue line is starting to be pushed forward and forward. But we will speed this up once again. The artillery, it's just waiting for the artillery to kill everything off at this point. Team 2 tried to build another Scathis. Are they doing it again? No, maybe they're trying to prep for another one as we speak, but I don't think it's enough. The last of the air grids go down. Team 2 knows where the comm is. There's an Awasha over. It's just 2 of them on the ground here. Maybe they'll just do a final run and kill off everything. Let's slow it down once again. They are given the order to move in. ASF's coming. Pariah's dies by, just control case. I think that is a carry me senpai, says Red X. I think that was a disconnect error. But of course we have the artillery and we have the 2 Awashes. One of them about ready to just charge in. The other one is ready in the back. But it was pretty much over for Team 2. And even if these bombers didn't kill them, there was also some strat bombers mixed in there as well. Some of them did die off. They were trying to build Nightblood was trying to build another Scathis, most likely. But the artillery from Team 1 was just pretty much too great. And I will call this match a win for Team 1. Even though there wasn't an official winner, we can pretty much show the way the match was going. So again, thank you so much everybody for watching. Apology for a little bit of the desync, a little bit earlier than I thought it was when I ran through it the first time. I thought it was a little bit later in the game, but it was not. Apologies for that. And again, thank you so much for watching to the end. Please like and comment down below. And if you haven't hit that little red button below the video, please do so. I greatly appreciate it. And if you have, thank you so much. I will see all of everyone in the next one. Thank you so much. And we'll see you later.